Pain, it is a gift, but it's only a gift when we transform the pain into insight and power. But we have to do the psychological and the spiritual work and give time to be with the pain until it becomes something that expands us rather than something that debilitates us. So rather than suppressing the pain or acting like, hey, I'm all good, everybody's got their stuff, and diminishing it, or like, oh, the pain is a gift, let's wrap a bow in it. Yeah, right. Now, listen, at the core, we know we are all good, but the insight has to come from a deep knowing. We actually have to experience the gift of the pain. We can't just jump to the conclusion that it's a gift. We need to experience the feeling of the pain and then the growth that comes with it. It's who you get to become because of it. So gratitude isn't always the best initial response to a challenge. Our suffering doesn't want to be denied. Our suffering doesn't want to be talked down to it. It actually is screaming for our attention. It wants our attention. And when we paint over the pain with premature positivity, it's really short-circuiting our healing and we delay our wellness. Because avoidance makes us susceptible for being wounded in the future. It's that old adage, if you don't face it now, you're going to face it down the road. And this is why lessons keep coming back. So an invitation is that if you are in pain, you're grieving a loss of a loved one, loss of a job or a career or relationship, hold off on the spiritual sweetener of gratitude. We must feel it to free it. And in my teachings, we talk about taking it to the body and really being with the experience and the feeling in the body. Now, I can also use the metaphor of a wound. First, you feel the wound, you know it hurts. Then you cleanse it and it stings like a mother. And then you dress it and you bandage it. You cover up the wound, and this is where the comfort comes in. When the wound happens, we need to be where the wound happened. Just be there. Be with it. Be hurt. Be weak. Be furious. Be where it's ugly. Be where it's uncomfortable. Hold off going to the karmic explanations, the family of origin connections, and it's all good equalizers. These are the bombs, and they come later. They're necessary. But for now, it's about prioritizing in sequence. It's about a spiritual response to suffering is to befriend it. It's like if a friend was in pain, you wouldn't tell her to be thankful and be positive right out of the gate. You wouldn't tell her to be grateful for the learnings. You wouldn't even say like, oh man, are you suffering again? You wouldn't rush her out of the door. It's about sitting down with your suffering and venting. There's a beautiful stillness there. Being quiet with a friend is restoration. Being still with your friend and being still with yourself. Just loving your friend or loving yourself for being so real for you is reciprocal. The healing begins right there. From that kind of compassion, we can then move out from the pain. And in this case, feel the fear and do it anyway, well, it doesn't work. When we go here too fast, too soon, we can't get the wisdom. We can't hear the wisdom of the lessons, the learning, and the gift. So where does gratitude come in? That wise gratitude. Speaking personally, I'm not grateful for the loss. I'm not grateful for the challenges themselves. But I'm grateful for the clarity that came from it. I'm not saying thank you for the loss and thank you for the illnesses. I'm saying thank you for the lessons from the challenges. I don't feel grateful for what happened. It's grateful for the goodness that showed up in my life as a result of it. Being grateful for the gifts of the experience, not grateful for the loss or the pain. Be grateful that you have the capacity to be in the experience, and then the growth, and then the healing, and the new container that you step in of who you become.